The third round of the FA Cup is a plum tie with Merseyside rivals Everton. It'll be in a passionate match, as it means there'll be several old boy reunions.
Does the FA Cup get more romantic than a ferry across the Mersey? For the first time in 33 years, Tranmere Rovers meet Everton and they can't hide their delight.
It's always been nice to play in Merseyside derbies in the past. As far as we're concerned, on Merseyside, it's the draw of the round.
It's a great draw for myself personally and for the club. A local derby. I don't think we've had one for about 30 years. So, you know, there's a big buzz about the place, the club. So it's a game we're looking forward to very much.
Both clubs hope the dream ticket won't be overshadowed by Peter Johnson's return to Everton. He was hounded out of the chairman's office at Goodison Park, but he's now majority shareholder at Tranmere Rovers.
It'd be a pity if the occasion was spoilt by, you know, a mindless idiot. You know, Evertonians are fantastic supporters, as they've shown over the years. Very, very loyal, and it'd be a pity if that was to happen.
The reception for another ex-Evertonian will be vastly different. Paul Rideout won the FA Cup for the Blue Noses back in '95 and is still a folk hero in the city.
A couple of times I've gone out in Liverpool and fans have come up and said, "Oh, great thing that you did for us, beating Man United, getting that goal." But it was, you know, that's how much it means to them. And now, you know, us beating Everton as a Tranmere player is just as a big thing as that was for us beating Man United when I was at Everton.
Romantic, yes, but ask Leeds, Middlesbrough, West Ham and Sunderland, and they'll tell you Tranmere have no respect for Premiership reputations. Rob Palmer, Sky Sports.
Winning the FA Cup in '95 was the highlight of Joe Royle's spell in charge. Perhaps that morale-boosting Premiership win at Coventry last weekend is a sign that Everton are hitting form at the right time to go all the way again. This time under Walter Smith. Tranmere have only won once since mid-November, but because it was in the FA Cup, they'll cross the Mersey on Saturday to visit Goodison. How calm would former Red John Aldridge be if his side could upset the Blues?
We're not a big club and it's time we face the fact.
Who said that?
Michael Ball.
I hope the fans don't take that in the wrong sense, because there's no bigger Evertonian than Michael. He's just, you know, I can hear what he's saying. He's just a little bit frustrated that we all want Everton to do well and we all want Everton to be in the top half of the table, spending big money on players. And unfortunately, at the present moment, we're not in that league.
That's why Everton have just unveiled plans for a 55,000 super stadium beside the River Mersey. And approval for the project will be crucial to a club that's been stuck in a time warp for too long.
Everton's facilities are unfortunately about 30 years old. I mean, the training ground was one of the first in England. That was 1966 it opened. The ground at Goodison's the same, it opened for the 1966 World Cup. So, you know, they've been left behind in terms of facilities, and when you hope to attract a player of a good level, he wants to come and see that a club are moving forward.
Not since 1968 have Tranmere made the trip through the Mersey tunnel to Goodison. They won't get lost. The clubs know each other intimately. Tranmere's major shareholder, Peter Johnson, was Everton chairman the last time they won the Cup in '95. Johnson's exit was controversial. He will not be returning to generous applause. He's the exception.
There's one special connection between the teams.
Mr. Rideout.
Great chance for Everton. Oh, he hits the bar. Still a chance. It's into the goal. Everton have scored, and Paul Rideout has scored it.
On the day it was a battle. They came back in the second half and started playing well, and we hung on. There's a lot better players on the day than myself, but we got through.
How much does Everton mean to you?
It doesn't mean as much as Tranmere now. I mean, when I was there for 9 years, obviously that was my life, and you know, some great times, some great memories there.
Gray left it, Sheedy! Oh, yes!
You know, my loyalties are now with Tranmere. I'm employed by them, so I'll be doing everything I can to make sure we do well and hopefully get a result on the day.
Tranmere.
Everton.
Tranmere.
Everton.
Tranmere.
Everton.
Tranmere.
Everton.
Tranmere.
Tranmere.
Ah!
Losing in this round of the Cup would be painful anyway, but you know, when it is close, it is like losing a derby. I mean, it would be like end of the world, if you like.
I will always get 100% on my players, and that will give us a chance.
Yeah, I can see it now, Ron. Big Dunk, if he's fit, turns up and knocks one in on the head.
Now, I tell you what's going to happen. It's going to be a bit of drama, you see. It's going to be a last-minute penalty.
Aldridge is going to bring himself on. 1-0, Tranmere,
Knocks him in with a
Tranmere.
Zimmer frame, doesn't he, the old geriatric?
Gabriel Clark reporting on the build-up to the match on Merseyside. We'll stay with the local accent for the game. Alan Owen of Radio City takes us through the match at Goodison Park.
Long ball downfield, which Parkinson gets on the end off for Tranmere, pulls it back to Sean Flynn. Deep cross into the penalty, far post. Steve Yates' header, it's looped in. Tranmere have got the lead at Goodison Park. Steve Yates has got his third goal of the season. He celebrates his 30th birthday on Monday, and he'll celebrate it in style if this turns out to be the winner for Tranmere Rovers. Sean Flynn with the deep cross. Steve Yates rose at the far post. It just looped over goalkeeper Thomas Myra. He couldn't do anything about it. Parkinson, this is where he can use his pace. He's up against Unsworth. He's on the right edge of the penalty. He pulls it back. It's 2-0 for Tranmere Rovers. It's Jason Kumas who's got the goal. Kumas on the edge of the penalty area. That is sublime skill from Jason Kumas. He didn't look up. He knew where Thomas Myra was positioned. The pullback from Parkinson. Jason Kumas just had a right-footed effort, which he just clipped over Thomas Myra. Kumas will deliver this corner. Clint Hill's inside the penalty area. It's aimed for the head. Steve Yates! He's done it again! Surely it's all over for Everton. Steve Yates has got his second of the game. He rose superbly from Kumas's corner and he headed low. He headed behind Thomas Myra, and Tranmere Rovers are in dreamland because they lead at Goodison Park by 3-0. Surely the tie's over. Tranmere are on their way into the 5th round of the FA Cup. It's Everton 0. Tranmere Rovers 3.
The lads done what I knew they were always capable of doing. To win 3-0 was far beyond what I thought we could do. But we took the goals well, you know, and that's what happens when you hit the target, you score goals. But it was always important to get the first goal. Everton really did come at us. The crowd were right behind them, and we rode the storm, and then we started to play. It was right down to the planning that we were putting before the game, really.
A team full of heroes, but what about your man Steve Yates?
Yeah, I don't like singling anyone out. You talk about Steve scores 2 goals. If he can score 2, the game's gone. But he's so determined when he gets in the box, and his heading ability is excellent. You see it in training day in, day out. And he scored 2 whoppers today, 2 great goals.